All right, so here we go. Welcome to Studio 62. This is Patrick's Place. I'm Patrick Anderson, and this is my podcast after the women's and men's 100-meter finals at the World Track and Field Championships in Tokyo, Japan. As always, please subscribe by going to my YouTube channel and simply typing in Patrick Anderson Jamaica or Patrick Anderson Radio. The podcast will pop up. You can subscribe because henceforth and going forward, we will be sharing our conversations or thoughts on varied and many topics. And as I always as well invite your comments, I read them all. The First Amendment has to take a pride of place, and I welcome all comments. All ideas must contend. So let us take a look at the women's and men's 100-meter finals at the World Championships. And let's give three cheers. Three cheers for Jamaica. I was about to say that this country continues to punch above its weight, and indeed, that is what it is doing. I also don't want to sound as though we are taking what the Jamaican sportswomen and the sportsmen, what they do on the global stage, as if we're taking it for granted, as though we have come to expect it. Perhaps we do, but we should not. There are many countries. For example, I saw France winning a medal, and they celebrated beyond belief. If you remember, Letsile Tobogo, who won the Olympic 200 meters from Botswana. He's on a monetary note in Botswana. So when it is rare, it is a massive impact on the countries when they win medals, not to mention a gold. We have done it repeatedly over a span of history, dating way back to 1948 with the Herb McKinleys and the George Rodens and the Arthur Wins. And so we have a lot to be thankful for. We are not taking it for granted. We're thankful. And a quick look back at let's take a look at the men's 100 meters first. Oblique Seville winning the gold in a personal best 9.77 seconds ahead of fellow Jamaican Kishane Thompson, 9.82. He has a personal best and the fastest time this year of 9.75. The defending champion Noah Lyles knocked down two pegs on the podium to the bronze, 9.82 seconds. Nothing to snuff about. Kenneth Bednarek was fourth in 9.92 and Gift Leoletle of South Africa fifth in 9.95. And if you recall in my last podcast, I did say I have a concern about the headspace of Kishane Thompson. I said I wanted to see how he dealt with the mental aspect of going up against Kenneth Bednarek in the semi-final. Indeed, what I saw didn't give me comfort because it was Bednarek who led the gamesmanship through the tape and afterwards, and it seemed as though Kishane was being tugged along. In Usain's days when he did that, he was in charge. He was large and in charge. He imposed when he did his gamesmanship and involved his competitors. He was a one-man show, dominated his competitors. And I thought that before the final, Noah Lyles kind of right beside Kishane kind of threw him off his game. And I suspected something was wrong. So though Kishane has everything, the speed, the power, the start, it is the mental part of sports that also matters. And Oblique Seville had that. My concern about Oblique, as we mentioned, was whatever happened to him in the start of the quarterfinal, the first round, when it seemed as though a parachute held him back in the starting blocks. He got a good start. He was out in lane 7. He saw the field, chased down Kishane Thompson and struck gold. What Oblique said also was that because he had to chase after that poor start, he then became more confident that he can finish the 30 meters powering through and coming from behind. And that kind of mental toughness is what took Oblique Seville to his first global medal, and it was gold. Great job, Oblique. Great job, Kishane. Kishane only now needs to work on the mental aspect. And once he gets that right, because that's what we mean by running a perfect race, right? Not perfection, but the mental part has to be there. You have to get a good start in the 100 meters. Then you have to execute the dry phase. You can only maintain top speed for about 60 meters, 50 to 60 meters. You get out of the dry phase. That takes about 40 meters, hoping you got a explosive start. You hit top end speed for another 30 meters or so. Then you maintain to the end. And Kishane Thompson has everything but the mental fortitude to withstand any kind of pressure. Remember, I said I wanted to see what happened when he has competition on his shoulders. It happened today. He blinked. Oblique Seville won. Great job, though, by the Jamaicans. 1-2. And then in the women's 100-meter final, Tina Clayton, I did pick Alfred to win ahead of Melissa Jefferson Wooden. And I had the same concern, if you remember, I said in my previous podcast about Melissa. She had everything going for her, but this was her first global championship. How would she manage the big stage? Again, the mental part of performing. Well, she did manage it well. She ran consistently throughout, and Tina Clayton was out of the blocks, a very good start. So too Melissa. But in the final 40 meters or so, Melissa got into top speed, maintained it. Tina, pretty young, 21. She will have her opportunities. Great job by Melissa Jefferson Wooden to win the gold for the US. Tina Clayton, I thought, was one of any of the other athletes who could have won a bronze. She won the silver. So great job by Tina, as Shelley and Fraser Price called Tina and her sister, her twin sister Tia, the twin turbo. We know that Tia will also be back at it, and both these twin sisters will be carrying Jamaica's flag in the sprints for some time to come. Great job there by Tina winning the silver medal. A little bit disappointing by Julian Alfred, the Olympic champion at 200 meters. Not quite sure what happened to her, but she kind of flattened out when they hit the halfway stage of the race. I was expecting to see a powerful finish, but such is the 100 meters. Anything can happen on the day, and today wasn't Alfred's day. Congratulations to Oblique, congratulations to Kishane, and also congratulations to Tina Clayton. Now, quickly, just to recap what also happened on today's action at the World Championships in the women's 400 meters. Dejanir Oakley, Nikisha Price, and Stacey Ann Williams all made progress to the semifinals in the women's 400. In the men's 400, it was Boville McPherson, Rasheen McDonald, and Delano Kennedy, who went through as the fastest loser through to the semifinals. We had four runners. The big news: the defending world champion Antonio Watson didn't make it out of his first round heat, the quarterfinals, finished last of the eight runners, and something seems to be amiss with him. Seems as though his background work was not there. He said he's in the shape of his life. So I think the background work and, injuries are part of sports. And he has the next World Championships to look forward to in 2027 and the Los Angeles Olympics in 2028. It's before Jamaica, it's before all of these athletes to continue to do well, and also those who are on the outside looking in and getting ready to be the next man or the next woman up. Let's also say congratulations to Samantha Hall in the women's discus final. She finished the 12th of the 12 competitors, 60.69, her best mark today. The gold won there by Valerie Ullman of the US, 69.48. So the USA is in front in the medals table with 5 gold. In second, Kenya with 2 gold. Jamaica in third position of all the competing countries with a gold and 2 silver, 3 medals overall. The USA with 6 medals and Kenya with 2. So that's it then, as we take another quick review of what's happening at the World Track and Field Championships. We'll be back for more tomorrow. Until then, be well, be safe.